Hello. My brother demonstrated this and gave you the basic rundown. So this is just a step by step of how to wire it. I tried to do the infrastructure and the wiring at the same time. That didn't work very well. The infrastructure is pretty straightforward, just time consuming. So um, I'll leave that for another video or just you to figure out on your own. I think it shouldn't be too hard. So, this is a little bit more about the design. This is the setup I was adding to. That's why there's two power rails here. Theoretically, you could do it with one, but you'd have to change the time on the timer, make it longer probably. But I always have at least two there, so that's what influenced this design here. So first thing you want to do is a 3x3 loop, so you'll spin around in a 3x3 loop. The first problem is if you run into the northwest rule here, that's not going to work. You have to have it in an absolute circle like that. So get it like that, then add this block that likes to screw up, and you'll be doing fine. Also remember to put this redstone torch here so that all these power rails are powered. Notice that it then screwed that up, so you have to fix it. Make sure it's like that. Okay, so next step would be to add a block here, put redstone on top of it so that we can run a wire there. So run this wire out up here to a redstone torch. That will then power the piston. Put the piston there, and so the redstone torch is powering the piston, and the piston is open, blocking the water, so that when you push this button very briefly, it will let the water down. The water goes down, 7, 8 goes over 8 squares, drops on the 8th square, goes over back over here, drops on the 8th square, and ends on the 8th square here. See, there's no glass there. It might be a little different, but it could drop down here, but because it's the 8th square, it doesn't. And that's important. We've had problems with using anything but the very last square of water to trigger the bud switch. For some reason, it doesn't work as well if it's not. So if you want to change the time, change it up top. Always keep this bottom level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8's the square that triggers the bud switch. But you can lengthen and shorten how it is up there to adjust the time for different than 60 squares. So down here, right beside this 8th square, you put a sticky piston, put a block there for it to grab, and right below that block, put a torch. Now, I'm not sure why my brother did it this way on this project. Oftentimes he just runs the wire to the side. That's how we do the light sensors, but for some reason he did it this way, so I'll do it the same way. Over this block, down here, and to this block right here. Alright, here we put a relay. We max it out. I believe that's necessary, otherwise you might have pulsing. So there you go. Now if we simply run this power to this square here, then it will change, and the default will be sending it up. You don't want that. You only want it when the bud switch is triggered to send it up. So you have to reverse the polarity. So do that with a bud switch. This powered wire is turning this bud switch off. I mean, not bud switch. Redstone torch. Then put redstone wire, make it a long, put relays in, whatever you need for your space requirements here. And then your very last one, you want to put a relay so that you can lengthen out this pulse so that you have enough time to be shot up there before it switches back. And that's it. That's how it works. So let's see if it actually works. Now I want to give credit where credit's due. The design of this, the bud switches and stuff, I know Brian always gives credit to Ethos Lab for that. So he got ideas from other places and refined them a lot himself. This loop right here I found on the wiki page for Power Rails. Good description of it there. That's where I got that from. But I wanted a timer so that I didn't. I tried it just to see if it would work, and put in a switch here to throw me up, and I had the darndest time hitting that switch. It was not working. So put in this timer, and not a completely unrelated timer. Unfortunately, my timer was almost as expensive as all this power rail we saved, in general materials. This one's pretty cheap. Just sticks, a bunch of redstone, and 2 iron, and 1 slime ball. All these other blocks can be dirt, cobblestone, whatever you want to make them out of. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or whatever, feel free to post. Thank you.